don't ever tell any doctor to tell you that something is not possible to like heal or something because it's
Mm.
not.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important because sometimes it takes getting to a point where you're like, I can't live like this anymore to make a change.
Mhm.
Mm,
And I think because we've been through that part of it, we want to cut that out and let people know before you get to that point, like you have
yeah,
this power.
Yeah.
exactly.
Hi, friends. It's your host, Meg.
And Amanda. Welcome to Wake Up and Listen, the podcast where two friends get real about purpose, intuition, and laughing through the chaos.
If you're into personal growth with a side of giggles and maybe an existential breakthrough or two, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. It's time to
Wake up and listen. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Megan.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Thank you so much for coming onto the podcast. I know
Oh, thank
it's
you
kind
for
of,
inviting me.
what was that?
No, thank you for inviting me.
Of course. Yeah, I was definitely just like an intuitive offer. I've been following your page for a bit now, and all of your stuff is just so unique and so interesting and intricate. And we are both on like our spiritual journey. Amanda's psychic medium, and I'm kind of just in my spiritual awakening at this point.
Mhm.
So it feels just, I don't know, my gut told me to send the invite, and we're so grateful that you said yes.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I mean, I never done that. This is the first podcast that I do, so yeah, you
This
will
is
you will
the
meet
first
me.
one?
Yeah, yeah, it is the first
Oh,
one.
we're honored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we really just want this to be a conversation to let our listeners open their mind a little bit more to spirituality
Mhm.
and energy work and just the magic that comes from that when you can live a life aligned with that versus
Mhm.
just the norm of society telling you how life's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Um, so, are you a Reiki master?
Yes.
Awesome. And how long have you been doing that?
So it's not long actually. I started last year.
Oh,
Uh,
beautiful. Wow, you grew very quickly.
Yeah.
yeah. It went, yeah, the Instagram page blew up like I think I got like 60,000 followers in like, yeah, a month and some weeks.
Wow.
Wow. And that
Yeah,
was
exactly.
within like the same time frame of after you got certified and everything.
Yes.
That is
No, no,
so
no,
cool.
sorry. I was certified before, like, but
Okay.
for me it was a bit difficult to. I saw Instagram like because I've never worked with Instagram before. I worked in fashion for 10 years, so I
Oh,
had experience in visuals and everything, and also like in the marketing side. But for me, it was very difficult to find, I don't know, Reiki with marketing was like
mm-hmm.
Yes, yes.
because it's like a very fine line between like pushing something to sell to people, and Reiki is not about that. Like I don't know, it's like
Yeah.
Reiki. It's not about telling you to Reiki to everyone. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like it was in the beginning a bit like of, yeah, I didn't know how to how to get patients, how to get clients,
Yeah,
how to
extended the
sell my
invite.
service. So in the
Yeah.
beginning, I wasn't offering any session. So it was more like, okay, I like I was like, okay, I will do just an Instagram. I will sell some digital products maybe, and then I will see where it goes. But I spoke with my master because my mentor, the one that I learned everything from, and I was speaking about this, and she was like, "Come on, it's 2025, Julian," and she's 80.
Oh, wow.
So she was like, no, she's more. I think she's 85, but she looks like
Wow.
80. And she
Amazing.
told me, "Come on, I have to tell you that I'm 85 and you are 32. That Instagram with Reiki is fine. Like, go for
Yes, yes. There was like an ick when I had to work through the same thing with like energy work and marketing. And I think
it."
because the world taught us that businessmen were, or like business people were
Yeah,
like
exactly.
shady and that kind of pushing things on for you to just buy and make money
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
that's not what we're trying to do with energy work. We're trying to open minds and allow you to give yourself permission to work in this kind of
Mm.
field. Um,
Totally.
and it's really hard to express that through Instagram because there are so many people just trying to sell their product.
Right.
Yeah, and there's yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
can be really uncomfortable.
Yeah, and that was my goal. Like in the beginning, I was like, okay, I want to have a page that of course get rich, but I don't want to make it so commercial, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
yeah, I want to bring people to me organically that they want to book sessions with me, but not because I'm telling them they need to book a session with me.
Yes.
Yeah. And you honestly do such a beautiful job with that. Your stuff
Oh,
is
thank
just
you.
so eye-catching. It's so unique and it's so relatable, even though your
Yes.
images are so out of pocket. But yeah, it's very relatable and it's just they're magic. It's really cool. And
Yeah,
so
and also, yeah, sorry.
oh,
No,
you're
and also
good.
I'm not very comfortable with doing, maybe at some point I will do, but I'm not very comfortable with doing a lot of videos of myself because then
Yeah.
editing and all this part, I prefer to be off camera.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
that's also something that I wanted to do. Like, okay, how can I get people to book sessions with me without always seeing only one picture of myself, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's been good so far.
I think that you do a beautiful job at, I don't want to say selling your energy, but you're not selling your face. You're not selling your, like, you don't want to be in front of the camera. So you're able to capture their attention because they're attracted to the energy that you bring to the page
Mm-hmm.
versus, I like the way he looks, so I'm going to go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
more,
yeah,
that's more rewarding because they're attracted to your energy and the energy that you're putting into the page and giving to your audience. I'm
yeah.
curious what brought you from fashion to the spiritual industry or the fashion
But
industry to the spiritual world.
I think always been spiritual, but
Absolutely.
I've never like I remember as a kid. I come from like my mom is also a Reiki practitioner.
Oh.
Oh.
I come from a family that was a bit more like in the spiritual in a bit. I don't know how to say it in English, even in Spanish. I don't know, but more
Mm.
More accepting of
witchy.
spirit.
No,
Oh,
more
okay.
witchy,
Witchy.
Yes.
more
Yep.
Okay.
on that side. Okay. And I think I always had that like this thing of spirituality, but then yeah, I got lost.
Mm.
Yeah, it
And,
happens.
I started with this job because I love visuals. I like to work with visuals, and I did this job working as visual merchandiser. And yeah, it went also very well. And then I started to get promoted, and then yeah, I found myself like I was staying there for the money in the end because it was
Yep.
not giving me anything. I started to have a lot of health issues.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point I said, no, I don't want this anymore. I had to travel from Monday to Friday every week.
Mm.
So it was like leaving my apartment at 5 a.m. in the morning on Monday and then coming back on Friday night. So
Ugh.
it was exhausting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
Yes,
lot.
I know. I want a dog. I want a dog. I want
The simple things.
go to a
Yeah.
cafe with my dog. And yeah, now I had dog.
Yay.
And yeah, basically, I think my body brought me that here
Yes.
because my body
Yes.
told me and
Preach.
stuff.
Absolutely.
And listening to your body and not just saying,
Yeah.
well, the money's good. I got to stay with it. You allowed
Yeah, but
yourself.
it took me a while to realize. Took me a
Yeah.
while.
Mm-hmm.
But you did, and that's
Yeah.
the big thing that we really want to get people to know is like there's no time limit for you to awaken and change. You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
do it at any stage of life.
totally,
Mm-hmm.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with what was that? Oh, in Germany. I mean, you mentioned your family was already pretty accepting of spirit. Do you feel like in Germany, though, spirituality is more open? In America, it's still kind of, you're considered like witchy,
Yes,
basically.
woo woo. Yeah, there's
I think
disconnect.
The thing is, I live in Berlin, and Berlin is a bubble because
Okay,
Okay.
everything like it's very, very yeah. There is people from all over the world and different
like New
religions,
York City.
so it's a very diversity, a lot of diversity. But Yeah, I would say in Europe in general, it's a bit still like a witchy thing.
Yes. They're
Okay.
more connected to their roots and
Yes,
like,
and
yeah,
the
yep.
norms and everything. This is my feeling. Like, but because I'm coming from South America, that it's totally different. Like
Hmm.
I'm not considered a witch, but a wizard in Buenos Aires. It's
Hmm.
I don't know. People are more spiritual. Uh,
Okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's a very hard to navigate it in the US because you're instantly labeled out there, or it's like this world and this world. We're
yeah,
trying to bridge that with this podcast, especially to be able to be like, you can be a normal person and be super spiritual. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
there doesn't need to be a one or the other.
And this is also it's also kind of the fault of the spiritual world, I have to say,
Mm.
Mm, right.
because I think we also exclude a lot of people. You know what
Yes.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So
But
I
I
think it
yeah.
is work from both sides. Like I sign up for a course. I will not go in the end, but one of the rules was to only wear white. Like I was a course that I was going to do with energy work and was like, you need to wear, it was from Thursday to Sunday. I was like, you need to wear like only white clothes during all this time. I was like, I don't wear white clothes. I don't have white clothes. Why I have to be someone I'm not to be
Mm-hmm.
part
Yes.
of your retreat, you know?
Right.
So it's like, yeah, we have a lot of job to do in.
Unfortunately, the spiritual world fell into a trending
Oh yeah,
thing where it became almost culty, like a
yeah,
cult
yeah,
where like you have to do certain things, say certain things, be certain things, believe certain
exactly.
things, or now you're the outsider.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, yeah,
I've worked with multiple mentors that had that same attitude, and I was like, this isn't working
yeah,
because
yeah,
I feel like I have to be like you to
yeah,
be
exactly.
accepted. And that's
Yes.
just what the rest of the world was doing to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, totally. I totally agree with this
Yeah.
because I see it everywhere. Like you need, yeah, it feels like there is a checklist to be spiritual now.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
So it's good that the goal of your podcast is to show that it's not like this.
All right. So I was curious about your training. Did you do your training in person with this woman in Germany?
No, I did. She is also from Buenos Aires.
Mm,
I did all the like theoretical stuff online, and then when I went to Argentina, we had like two meetings in person where she did
awesome.
all the witchy stuff.
Mhm. I love it.
But I
And
love her. Like, yeah, she's 85 and she's amazing. Like, also for me, yeah, sorry, I love speaking, so I was
No,
going.
no,
we
go
this
for
is
it.
what we want. We
No,
want to hear
because
from you.
I like I mean to get only level one of Reiki was 3 months for me, for example.
Hmm.
No? And this is another thing that I see a lot on Instagram that a lot of Reiki practitioners are selling like in this that we were speaking about the marketing, like level one in 3 hours.
Yes,
No?
yes.
And it's crazy. It's just yeah, sorry,
There's
it gets
so much to learn. You cannot possibly know it all in three
no,
hours.
no, no,
I'm
impossible.
Reiki 2 certified, and I did that over 6 months.
Yeah, yeah,
And that felt right. That felt like I'm still, I mean, this was
learn.
years ago, but yeah, you're still learning. And like once you start taking clients, it's, you start to see more and experience more. And it's, you can learn the foundation, but like once you get out there, there's more. So I think in order to learn the foundation, you need way more than even a day.
Yeah, yeah, totally, totally.
But yeah, it became making money quickly.
Yeah,
How many
exactly.
people can I get to sign up for this course and I can make this much money in four,
Yeah,
3 hours?
totally.
Right.
But it's so
So
dangerous because then these people are working with people's energy. So that's
yes,
really it's very
yes.
Right. And it's concerning for the people who are approaching it from that perspective of wanting to share and make people aware of this extra layer of life that everyone has access to and not just making the money. What is the main message that you're trying to get across for the people who are open to the spiritual world with like your Reiki practices and energy healing?
Mm. I think the main message that I want to transmit is that you can heal yourself. Like,
Yeah.
I was hearing that before you said it. I have the chills.
yeah,
Yes.
that's the thing. I had an autoimmune disease, and I did many treatments, and everything was getting worse and worse and worse. And one day I was in the hospital, and I was like, no, this is not like how, like, why I'm expecting these people to heal me. You know, like they are just putting drugs on me to.
Preaching to the choir over here.
We
Yeah,
met. This is.
you resonate also.
Oh yes.
Do you want to dive
So I
into
was
this?
like, I don't need these drugs. I wouldn't want these drugs. I want to do something by myself. And then, yeah, that's where I started. So, and this is something that my master told me in the very beginning, like way before I started studying Reiki with her. She was like, don't ever tell any doctor to tell you that something is not possible to like heal or something because it's not. So,
Mhm.
yeah, that's my main focus. But yeah, that was it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important because sometimes it takes getting to a point where you're like, I can't live like this anymore to make a change.
Mm,
And I think because we've been through that part of it, we want to cut that out and let people know before you get to that point, like you have
yeah,
this power.
Yeah.
exactly.
And I also have an autoimmune disease. I have Crohn's disease, and then it turned into lupus and arthritis, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I kept getting more drugs and more pills to add to the. I was on so many medications that then I ended up getting sick from those, and that's when I was
Yeah,
like, "There's got to be more. This isn't. These aren't my answers. They're not healing me. These doctors aren't healing me." And now when I don't go to the doctor anymore unless it's an emergency, but I've healed everything naturally. And then when I went back to my doctor after I healed, they said, "Oh, I've never seen anybody heal
yeah.
these diseases." And I just look at them, I want to shake them. Like,
Yeah.
why don't
Oh my
you use
God.
me as a trial or something and then use this on your patients? Like,
Right.
you
Yeah,
could
yeah,
be able
totally.
to be a doctor that actually heals people instead of keeping them a customer.
Right.
Because a healed patient is a lost customer.
Right.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, exactly. The thing is like there is no preventive medicine, and that's
No, because chemicals are not supposed to be in our body.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I had this because I have a colitis ulcerosa, so it's similar to Crohn's.
Yep.
When I told my doctor I'm gonna stop eating sugar and gluten and blah blah, and she was like, "Yeah, you can try, but that won't make any difference." And I
Yep.
also
There's
was
no special
similar.
diet.
It
That's
is not
crazy.
special diet. And then I came back, like also like 6 or 8 months later, and she was like, "If I see your results, I say you have nothing. Like if you come and you have nothing." I was like, "Yeah." And she was
Hmm.
like, "What do you do?" And I say, "I got a dog and I have a chill life. I don't eat
Yes.
processed
Less
food."
stress,
And
less processed food, and
yeah,
it's really, and that's the thing too that we're trying to wake people up to is like the power of waking up to your mind and listening to your body is so much more than just the spiritual aspect too. It's literally just like a way of living that is so much simpler than we realize.
yeah,
Mhm.
totally.
It doesn't have to be complicated.
Yes. Yeah, it's like in the end you have the power. But sometimes I struggle with that because that's also something that I tell to my patients, like it's not easy.
No,
Like,
it's intentional.
Right.
and
It's
then
you have to
you
make the choice.
and then yeah, exactly, and every day because it's
Yes.
like we are everyone is eating processed food,
Right.
and sometimes it takes one like the wrong food to eat one time that then your body needs it. So
Yes.
and it's hard. Like I still even struggle sometimes.
Yes.
Hmm.
And because we're
It's
only
like,
human, so our journey
yeah,
really is to try to master this throughout our entire lifetime.
Hmm.
exactly. And
But
it's okay also to cheat sometimes. So
right.
Yeah.
And that's like
and that's also
when
healthy.
Yes, when
Right.
you're doing it with a different mindset versus like I'm hurting myself instead of like, oh, I genuinely enjoy this. And
Mm.
I heard a podcast a while ago and they were speaking about like if you're anxious while you're eating and it's
Oh
good
yeah,
food,
it's
even if
worse.
it's good food, you're the energy that you're giving your body, that's food too.
Yeah.
So if I'm eating really shitty food, but I'm like, oh my God, this feels so good, it tastes so
Yeah,
good, like that my body's gonna receive the energy, not the food.
totally.
Right.
Yeah,
It's a power, it's a very interesting,
Like power struggle with
yeah,
yourself.
but it's
though.
empowering when you know, like, okay, this isn't good for me, but this is what I really want right now. This is what my body wants right now.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do it.
yeah.
Versus, I can't believe I'm eating this. Oh my God, I'm going
Oh my God, why I did
backwards.
Yeah.
this? This is, yeah, totally. Yeah, I
Yeah.
had a funny one time I did a Reiki to a McDonald's menu.
Your
A
what?
McDonald's menu.
What?
Yes, giving Reiki to any kind of food before you
I
eat
did
it.
Reiki like a chocolate to one my and my boyfriend was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Yeah, because it has to be good."
Yes, yes.
That is so funny.
And that's another thing too was once I learned all of the energetics of everything, I get nervous going out to eat because I'm like, I don't know what they were saying, thinking, doing while they were making this meal.
Yeah,
And all
that's
that
a
energy
great
is going
point.
into the meal.
You know, I never thought of it like that.
Like
but
when
yeah.
you cook with love, you taste that.
Mhm.
When
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
are
totally.
miserable and you don't even feel like cooking, your food doesn't taste as good.
Right.
But you could
Yeah,
use the exact same ingredients, the exact same recipe, but your
yeah,
energy
yeah,
is different.
exactly. And
Mhm.
you are also eating the negativity of this person, like
Yes.
not liking their
Yes.
stuff and everything. So it's
Mhm.
I love blessing my food before I eat it.
Yeah.
That's something that like is just it's empowering because it's like, all right, I'm gonna take this and like make the energy that I want in my body.
Mhm.
yeah, yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, my husband and I, we had a couple years where our money was very tight, and one of the biggest changes that was within our control was not going out to eat as much.
Mhm.
And the type of pride that you have when you cook a meal and you eat it and you love that first bite, we just fell in love with that. 'Cause it's
Yes.
to this day, like we still maybe eat out like once a week at most, just because we now have this higher standard of the quality of food, and we're kind of
yeah.
like we're gonna eat it how we want it era. Like I don't want to
Yes.
go out and buy a burger when
And
I
not
know
like it.
yeah, not like it. And
I'm
when
like,
Now
I
you
I
can
can
make
make
it
this better.
better.
yeah,
Yeah,
right,
yeah, totally.
yeah,
Yeah, my problem with that is that I hate cooking, so I
Yeah.
never. Like,
yes. Do you have any stories or experiences that you felt really solidified, like your trust with your intuition or like your connection to spirit?
That's a very good question.
Mhm.
I wasn't ready.
We can circle back to that one if you want.
I don't know.
Um,
I have only one comes to my mind, so I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
you.
share
Maybe
it.
it doesn't answer, but so when I was on this process of reawakening,
Hmm.
um, I was thinking a lot about home. Like, I don't know, it was like something like Buenos Aires was there. And yeah, I was like feeling like lost and everything. And I went to one shop in Berlin to buy Palo Santo, nothing to do, like 45 minutes from my home, because also this in Berlin, there is no, like in Buenos Aires, you find a place that is selling spiritual stuff every
Hmm.
200 meters. Here, no, you have
Gotcha.
to go very far. And when I entered, I was seeing the store, blah, 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 and he started to play tango. That is the music
Oh, I just got chills.
from my mind. And I don't know why that came to my mind, but yeah, and then he was singing tango. I was like, do you? And he told me like he's German, but yeah, he felt connected always to this kind of music, blah, blah. So that, and this exact day, I was like really homesick. So I was like, no, I need to go.
wow.
Yeah.
And
But
he's
that's
the
just that
German.
story is so important because you could have looked right past that.
Hmm.
You know
Hmm.
what I mean? You could have just walked into the store and whatever, but it
Yeah, but
resonated
also,
deeper.
like it's so far away that is like how many chances I had to go to that exact moment that he was playing tango. You
Right.
know,
Right.
like
Yes.
it was, and the same day that I was feeling homesick, and yeah,
Hmm. Yeah,
so
it's
that
just
was
these
sign of
synchronicities that you
go
can't
home.
ignore. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you end up going home after that to visit?
Oh yeah, I went that. I went. This was yeah. I try to go once a year.
Hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What
I
brought you
stay.
to what brought you out to Berlin?
And actually, I was living in Hamburg.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, I was living in Denmark, and
Oh,
I moved from Copenhagen to Hamburg because of my ex. And yeah, we broke up, and I was like, boring. Hamburg is boring, so I need something fun. And I moved to Berlin alone. So yeah,
you've lived
but
a very interesting life.
Mm-hmm. And so young.
Yeah.
to Europe, I came the first place because I was studying French in Buenos Aires, and then I moved to France to practice French for 1 year.
Wow.
But yeah, I never came back. This was yeah 11 years ago.
Wow. Very
Mm.
cool.
Such an interesting journey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
but yeah, here I am. But I want to move at some point because it's cold. I want to give a better life to
Mm.
the dog.
Yeah. Do
Here is
you, for your Reiki and energy healing, you're particularly online at this point, or are you practicing in person as well?
no only online.
Only online?
I'm doing in person to friends and everything because I still don't have a place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Cancer, so I don't like to bring everyone to my home.
Yeah. Respectfully,
So
yeah.
Mhm. Understand. I totally
so
understand that.
even if it's for something good, I want to have this is my space, you know, I want to
Right.
work somewhere else. So next year I want to open a studio, but I want something bigger, and I want to do also with a friend that he's now studying in India. So we want to do something more like yoga and energy healing. So
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
yeah, but this next year. But now only online, and to be honest, I had a very good experience working online. I have the feeling that I mean you cannot measure how Reiki works, this you probably know. But when the person is in their own
Mm-hmm.
couch, relaxed,
Oh, yeah.
it
Mm-hmm.
does have a different effect for me, for
Absolutely.
what I experience in person, because I've done Reiki in person. But like when the person is in their own space with their own things, they get to a state where Reiki gets better there. I don't know if it makes sense
Mm.
what I'm
It's
saying.
like more received.
Yes, when they come to you, because I had a studio, I had a salon that I had opened up my energy work into,
Hmm.
and they're sort of like trying to know like what to expect. Do I sit still? Do
Nice.
I there's a lot I can hear their energy like not calming down. So it
Yeah, yeah.
takes a while for them to be able to receive.
Hmm.
Um, and I think a lot of so for me, I've had to really advertise that like energy doesn't know time or place. So doing it over the phone is no different than doing it in person. But when you
Hmm.
are able to be home in your pajamas, on your couch, or even still in bed,
Hmm.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
just at a different level of relax, a different level of receiving. And as far as like doing psychic readings or when I'm able I do it over the phone as well. And it's very different when they're in their own house
Hmm.
yeah,
because
yeah.
they start to be able to work through the things they do when they go home versus being in this place feeling great and then going home and being like, oh, I'm in
Yeah,
all this
also
energy again.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, also that. Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, maybe, but I want to have a studio anyway because I
Yeah.
will like to do
Yeah.
everything.
Give people the option.
Yeah, because some like a lot of people are very skeptical about online Reiki.
Yes.
Mm.
But how's
But
that gonna work? I want to
yeah,
feel you. I want to see you.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's just increasing that awareness frequency too with what you guys are doing, because it's just still so foreign to so many people, and
yeah.
their only awareness is what they see on TV or in movies and things
Yes.
like that.
I mean,
So
it was also strange for me when I started studying to know that you can do over the computer. I never
Mhm.
thought that you
Or the
could do.
surrogate Reiki, where you can do it on a teddy bear and like picture that being their body.
Oh,
When I
Yeah,
learned that, I was like, oh wow, that gives us a visual. You know what
yeah.
I mean? And to like put our hands on the actual body.
Huh.
yeah,
You can also do it onto like the screen, but I just thought there were so many ways, and I'm like, this
That's
is
very
amazing.
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Do you have any special tools as far as I know you mentioned like your main message that you're trying to get across is that we all have the power and ability to heal each other, like ourselves. What's
Mhm.
like a basic tool or something that someone can do at home if they're feeling, I guess like anxiety is a good one to hone in on because everyone's just so heightened nowadays.
So I always say when I have the sessions, like Reiki is enough. You don't need more. But I think it's also important for some people to do stuff at home. And I give always like to my patients after I send them an email, depending on how the chakras are, because I also do chakra scanning. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay, maybe try this, or I don't know if I see a person that maybe had a lot of stuck energy in their lower chakras, okay, grounding and stuff like this,
Mm-hmm.
I always send.
Oh,
Uh,
that's so nice.
Right. So
oh, it depends on like a particular case or someone that you can feel that they have a lot of struggle with their inner child, like some exercises to do with their inner child. But again, I always say like, okay, getting Reiki is something like I said, the 80%, but then
mm-hmm.
we need also like this 20% of doing stuff too, because also I don't want to be this kind of I remember like I before studying Reiki and I was doing a lot of stuff, Akashic records, I was doing
Yep.
astrology charts and everything. And it was like everyone was speaking out the problem, but no one was telling you the solution.
Mm.
And I remember one time, like, I don't know, I don't remember if it was the astrologist or so, was speaking about like healing my inner child. And I left that session, I was like, okay, yeah, fine, how I heal my inner child, like how I do this, because it's easy to say it. So I learned with my mentor like some exercises because in the end, then it's crazy, but every time you have more patience, then you realize the problem is the same. I don't know
Yes.
if it happens to you. Like it's the childhood and uh,
Yes.
it's crazy.
And you see how truly important it or the importance of like upbringing and like a lot of that the energy is stored when you're a kid. We don't know really understand
Totally.
that, so until
Yeah,
like we either do talk therapy or we get energy work sessions to move it out,
yeah,
it's gonna just follow us in adulthood.
Mm.
exactly. Yeah,
So looking back and being able to like even going through meditations where you're talking to your younger self is
yeah,
so
yeah,
powerful.
Mhm.
yeah,
And like you said, the how do I do that? Like, yes, I know from my childhood I have this, but how do I fix it?
yeah, yeah,
Is
totally.
And I think Reiki is super powerful. I also do another modality, channeled healing, where I connect to like the Christ consciousness grid, and
Hmm.
I pull from there.
Hmm.
Um, so I've more turned towards that kind of healing. I do Reiki on myself still and my animals.
Hmm.
But I the last few clients I did Reiki on, not only did it heal energetically and then physical pain, it opened up their psychic gifts.
Mm.
So I
Oh, wow.
got to see
Well,
all of this whole new world open up for this one particular person I'm thinking of. And now she's doing readings and she's doing all of these
yeah.
things. And like it's so much powerful than just I think the hardest part for me, because I was working yesterday and my boss asked me, what is Reiki? Like what are you connecting to? And I said, God.
Oh, yeah. That's
And when you say that, people look at you like only the church can connect to God, only priests and fathers can connect to God. And like, no, we are God
Yeah.
in a human body. We can connect to source whenever we want to. And
yeah.
that conversation can be very far-fetched to
Yeah.
people who aren't there
You
yet.
know, I have on my page like maybe 10 people commenting about Jesus every day.
Oh, yes.
But it is so like, yeah, Christianity is a bit closed. And if
Right.
people always say like when I
On
have
purpose.
before in the beginning, I was saying I was arguing, not arguing, but saying Reiki doesn't say nothing against Jesus. You know,
Right.
it's
He
like
used
Jesus.
it.
Jesus was a healer. You know, Jesus
Yeah.
was
Yes.
a Reiki practitioner, if you can see it. So,
Yes.
but it's difficult to. But
It
yeah, I
is
understand
because the
what you mean. It's
church,
difficult. The church, like dogma and everything, and
yes, they made it like Jesus is the only one that can do it, and we have to wait for him to come back to give us access.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's the
and the
furthest thing
same.
from the truth, but it's also they did it for a reason because when we find our power, we don't need to look outside of ourselves with doctors and churches and making all
Of
these other
course.
people
Yeah,
rich
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
that we don't have access to our own information internally
Yeah.
and like connecting to God without going to the middleman.
Right.
It's a
Mhm.
very
But without
powerful.
someone telling you how to connect with God, because also, I mean, in Reiki, I don't know how it was for you, but when I started like going more deep into like the master and everything, it was like, I don't know, this feeling of remembering.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Like, okay, this is just a way of like the symbols and everything, but it's like I felt this before, you know?
Yes, yes,
And
yes, yes, yes. And then you can't go back. Like this, once you
yeah,
remember, it's like, oh, this is how I was supposed to live. Like this is
yeah,
how, not supposed to. I don't like that word, but like this is how I was meant to live.
Hmm.
yeah,
I always
exactly.
was meant to live. I have lived this way before. I
Yeah.
remember this working. I remember this being the way.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Right. Even for me, with nature has been like a huge awakening point for me, just getting off my phone and like really being present to nature. Like right now, sightseeing bumblebees is like a
Mhm.
little thing that I've been doing, just like watching them crawl into the little flowers and like do their thing and like rub their butt and just like everything they're doing is so on purpose, yet it's so simple
So
and
Yeah,
intuitive.
so intuitive. Like they're just living, like their main goal in life is to pollinate and like spread and allow for like the reproduction of nature. And for us, it's just like you have to get rooted into just being present and witnessing all of the abilities you are gifted to have, whether that be walking, running, not being speaking, your voice, like whatever you have access to, and just being able to share that authentically with like the world, but not just like clocking into your 9 to 5 to like be a part of the day. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
mm,
It's just so much more than that.
totally. And there are many options that, and especially now, it's so easy.
Hmm.
Right. And how easy it is to connect with God. It looks different for everyone. And you were just starting to say like connecting with God is connecting with nature. That is
Yeah,
another way.
that's another
And
way.
just the way you do every small thing. There doesn't need to be, I have to go to church every Sunday or
Right.
I have to sit down and do Reiki. Like how you're eating breakfast, how you're thinking. Like there's just so many being intentional with the
Mm.
things you're
Yeah,
doing is connecting to God.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same for meditation. Like we've been taught that for meditation you need to be like in a very like crazy state and you can meditate anywhere and
Yeah.
anytime.
Hmm.
Silent
But
car rides are my meditation state every day. It's like it's maybe 20 minutes collectively in my entire day, but it's
yeah,
amazing when you just turn the radio off and you put your
you
windows
take a deep
down.
breath and
Yeah.
Yeah.
everything's
And
okay.
Right. It all just melts away.
mhm.
But this is something that I mean, my boyfriend is not he's interested, but he's not very spiritual, but
Mhm.
he likes it. I mean, I've done Reiki to him and everything. But one day we were speaking about the breath and everything. I was like, "Do you remember last time you took a deep breath to relax?" And he couldn't remember. It's like it's
Mhm.
crazy how and I say, okay, we started to speak about the benefits, and then he started to get into it, and he was like, "It's crazy that I never thought about it, and nobody ever told me that I could just manipulate my nervous system by just taking a deep,
Yes.
you know?"
Just breathe.
Right. Just breathing. And
We
it's
take
so,
it for granted.
yeah, we
Yeah,
really do. I have a
yeah.
little sticky note on my desk. I had just transitioned to a 9 to 5 job, like going back into the office from being an entrepreneur for almost a decade. So that was
Oh,
it,
that must be difficult.
it's been a life shift for sure. Hopefully not forever. We just needed more stability. I was just trusting my gut in the process of my unfolding. But I have a sticky note that just says stop, breathe, be, because it's so easy when you're caught up in like
Hmm.
what you're doing for your work or just like your life expectation nowadays is just so demanding. So to just stop, breathe, and be for 5 seconds is
Yeah,
unheard
yeah,
of. People just don't do
yeah.
it.
No, no, no.
And knowing, like, this sounds funny, but knowing how to breathe. Like there's breath work for a reason, because there are certain ways to activate certain parts, and again, we take it for granted. So like when you're just breathing, like you're not using your belly at all, or like when I switch to my belly, like I can feel my belly expand. That's when I can center myself and get my anxiety like under control, versus like breathing all here and then
Oh,
it's
yeah,
tight and
yeah.
I can't breathe, and like now I have more anxiety. And just having 1 second to be like, all right, put my hands on my belly, hand on my heart, and like lift, like feel that lift. And
Mm-hmm.
it's the simplest thing, and it sounds funny. And I remember being 16 and being in counseling, and I was very like, I was so anxious that I was like, just give me a medication. Like, there's nothing else that's gonna work for me. I am a mess. But then my counselor was very like, she taught me box breathing. She taught me like inhale for 4, and then you push out for 8. So like you're pushing out for double. So there were so many different techniques she taught me. And at first I was like, ugh, like a breath. You think that's gonna help me? I'm going crazy. Like,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh my God, all I needed was a breath.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's one thing I want to do after. Like now I have a lot to do, but breathwork is something that I would love to learn, like to
Yes.
integrate also in Reiki, because it's, I mean, I did a course in breathwork, but I cannot say that I'm a worker like breath, because yeah, it was too short.
Mm.
But I want to do like a proper training, and I think it's very important. That's how I connect. The first time I got Reiki was in a combination between breathwork and Reiki. And it's so nice how Reiki brings you to a state of, I forgot the name of the state.
It's just
Theta,
neutrality
theta
almost.
state, like to be relaxed, you
Yeah.
know, like,
Mm-hmm.
and then Reiki can work better if you're more relaxed. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a
I would
gift.
like to integrate that in my sessions at some point.
Mm.
I'm
Absolutely.
excited to see where you
Yeah.
take this practice, especially with the wanting to open the studio and everything. So maybe we'll have you back on when all that's done, so we can
Yes, maybe you
talk
come to
about
the
that.
studio next year.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that you'd like to share or you'd like our listeners to receive based on your unique perspective?
I think I will just stay with that
Yeah.
feel yourself. I think
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Well, continue to keep doing what you're doing, Julian. You are showcasing your gifts and your perspective in such a unique light with your page, and we'll definitely be watching you. And we hope
Mhm.
that this conversation helps people truly like wake up to their mind, listen to their body, and realize, like you said, we are all capable of healing so much more than we realize. Just
So powerful.
within ourselves, being our own coach, being our own mother, our own healer is just another layer of life that everyone deserves to experience. And you are
Yes.
definitely doing the work to help spread that message.
Yes, thank you
Yeah,
so
thank you.
much.
You too. Thank
Thank
you. It was very
you.
nice.
Oh, so nice to meet you. And I'm sure we'll be in touch.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
Have a
Thank you.
nice day,
Bye.
Julian.
Ciao.
Ciao.
That was so good. Oh, I'm so excited.
International.
I know, that was so good. Oh, that was all recorded. Woo!
Wait.
We did
Did
it.
it? Wait, did it record? I'm freaking out right now
Yeah.
with this whole thing.
When I hit this, it does this. So if it wasn't recording, I couldn't stop or pause. So I'm gonna stop recording. We did it!
Yes!